we have news. We have Zoro, Nami, Luffy, and Usopp. It's the wrong one. They're actual posters. I mean, first of all, this is something I love. Do you see what they've done with the background? Because all of these are standalone posters. But if you'll notice, they tell a story. Big thumbs up to the designer. This is what The Walking Dead does. If you take all of the Walking Dead volumes and put them next to each other, all of the walkers line up. Like the walkers in front of the actual titles, all of them line up. It's the same crowd of zombies. So what they've done here is we can see the entire thing. We see the going merry, we see them going to sea, we see Usopp, you know, joins up, and then finally we got the Baratier. He tells a story, it's beautiful. And obviously Sanji is on Baratier. So this is really, really cool in terms of doing it on the background. Also, the fact that it's a dawn, romance dawn, beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love these posters a lot. Whoever did them, good job. I think we have a problem. We have a problem with Usopp. You know why? Usopp looks too cool. That's a problem. Not just me, by the way. I've now learned that this isn't just a me thing. A lot of people think Usopp pre-time skip is annoying. So that wasn't just me. And obviously post-time skip, everyone likes Usopp because Usopp is a literal god. Now we have a problem. Because Usopp just looks too cool. Look at him. He looks like a Chad. Can you imagine this dude being scared? Because I can't. I mean, Zoro obviously looks like a good Chad. Nami's hair doesn't look like a plastic wig. Yeah, Nami's hair looks really good in here, in this one. I also liked the clothes. And this is something I kept saying, right? When people got worried about the straw hat and everything, look at the colors. They look far more muted and far more realistic, right? Like, look at Nami's shirt, for example. It's not white. It has this sort of gray tinge to it. And that's what I always said with color grading. People got super worried when they saw the props and that everything is like super bright. But that's the thing. Like, they would still color grade the series, right? And it's better to make things super bright and vibrant, and then they can tune them down instead of the other way around, you know? With props, you want to make things stand out a lot and then account for that in post-production. Because if you don't account for that and you have something that is gray and boring, well, I mean, if you try to just turn up the vibrance in After Effects or something, it will look weird. You know, you don't want to do that. You'd rather tune things down rather than up. That's like the one universal truth with things like that. A ditto for like audio and everything, obviously. Man, you have no idea how much I like the fact that the background is continuous. The background being one thing is so good. It's a shame that it's so wide, because if it was like a normal aspect ratio, I'd use this as a desktop. I would edit out all these titles, I would put all of them next to each other, and then I would put this entire thing. Well, actually, you can truncate the C in between. I think you can truncate like this in between and just have it be Baratier and then Romance Dawn over here, Shelltown. The posters look great though. They look natural. They do. They do. Like even Zoro's hair. This was something I always worried about. Zoro's hair being green. This looks completely normal. Maybe it's because we live in 2023 and we've had even YouTubers have green hair, blue hair, red hair, whatever type of hair. So at this point, I'm just completely used to it and it doesn't look odd at all. This looks perfectly fine. It looks totally normal. Even though it's like, it's not even green hair, it is just green. It's like way too green, you know? Looks like grass. That's great. It still looks totally fine to me. And obviously the other big piece of news, aside from the posters, which by the way, I'll link them in chat, because the posters are badass. So this is actually really cool. They put out the first bit of music for the series. And if you know me, I am an absolute sucker for OSTs. Half of my playlist is OSTs. Like, I went to watch Oppenheimer, right? I added, I think, I would say 80% of Oppenheimer's soundtrack is now on my permanent playlist. It's so good. Will you ever consider to have cosmic blue hair? I will, but I do it for some sort of event and for a greater good. I do it for like a charity thing or something like that. Just to make people do something good. And then I would make a clown of myself. I would, yes. Yes. I would also even get a tattoo or something. For something good, you know? Because I'm one of those people, I've never wanted to get a tattoo. I've never wanted to get a piercing. I never wanted to dye my hair. I've never wanted to do any of these things because I just don't see the point. So, If something special happens, then I might consider it. But yeah, basically, they put out an actual full track. So let's read through this, and let's see what it has to say. With each day brings us new images, insights from the cast. Yeah, very, very cool. Fame, wealth, power. The series music producers, composers, and songwriters Sonya. I'm not gonna try to say their names, I'm sorry. Songwriters behind The Witcher's perennial, Oh my god, I didn't know this. Toss a coin to your Witcher. Have crafted a rousing, epic track, perfectly in line with the adventuring vibe that early looks at the series have been giving off. Beyond simply having a swashbuckling sound, the two are quick to draw a parallel between legendary pirate Gold Roger and the captain of the Straw Hats himself, Monkey D. Luffy. There are many shared similarities, well, I mean, of course. This idea of hiding little musical references within a track to hint at a character arc. Oh my god, I love this so much. There's so many songs in series that I feel like Attack on Titan does this really, really well. The Attack on Titan soundtrack has so many things hidden in it. I love it. But yeah, putting things in music is always a big dub for me. Opens with Roger's theme. It's powerful, just like Roger himself. Driving and dynamic. It's a dark, mighty anthem featuring this iconic musical Jolly Roger. Luffy's theme, however, is all about the ascending motion since the beginning of his exciting adventures toward becoming the Pirate King. Alright, I'm not gonna listen to it. I'll turn off the audio and I'll listen to it right now and I'll tell you my thoughts, right? I love how powerful it sounds, but also whimsical. Very Pirates of the Caribbean? Yes. I can just imagine, like, this playing as we get a super wide shot of the crew just sailing. This is one of those, like, super zoom out grand shots, and I love it. Okay, that was good. I've really, really enjoyed that. That is a good song. Official Koroto review, I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10. A very good theme. I love it. As during Roger's execution, I can see that. Yeah, but I feel it's a bit too long to be just Roger's execution, right? Because that's usually what they do when they make these tracks. They're reused a bunch, and I can definitely see this being like this playing while we see some sort of chaotic scene and people sort of fighting and sort of like not a serious fight, but sort of a fight, you know, if that makes sense, like a brawl between people, like in a bar or something, you know. I guess if there is like an extended brawl in the actual Logtown Square, then maybe. Oh, yeah. So as soon as the swords are drawn and the crowd rushes out in search of the One Piece, we reverse Roger's theme and introduce Luffy's theme, the main theme of our show. Alright, so yeah. It is when the brawl starts, basically. There's a brawl at the square, and that's when it gets epic. Makes perfect sense. I dig it.